Welcome back to another episode of OptiCraft. Today we're going to be building a huge piston bolt, and we're also going to be taking a look at a very efficient honey farm wither cake build. So let's get started with the piston bolt first here. I set up a little demo. I think the best way to show a piston bolt, especially a diagonal one, is just hop in this minecart really quick. So as you can see, you're shot along this track that's going to go very far into the distance here. You're moving 28 meters per second, which is quite quick diagonally. And it's also super reliable because minecart calculations are done server side, not client side. So even if you have a very, very high ping relative to the server, you're still going to be pushed along super well. Per side, diagonally, you just have a 1 tick delay for every 2 pistons. And then per side, if you're going in a straight line, you have a 1 tick delay every piston. Let's look at how they work really quickly. So if we turn on hitboxes, that's not hitboxes. If we turn on hitboxes, as you can see, these blocks are actually, when they're pushed out, they're going to intersect with the minecart, which is going to push the minecart along. So we can just look really quickly. Hello. You join me as I'm trying to design the transition to the piston bolt over here. I'm actually having quite a bit of a difficult time. I think the timing's correct right now between the diagonal and the, what is this called? Straight. So if we fire this right here, yeah, so there's a 1 tick delay between this side and this side, which is what I want. So if I were to put a minecart here, it should be pushed correctly. Whoops, I meant here. Yeah, right, that's working, which is cool. Delay's right. But my problem is I can't get a minecart to this rail because I need one of these blocks to push the minecart over to this rail. So if I used a glass block, cool, it would push it, but I also need this to be a piston here as well. So I think for the sake of trial, we should use a piston to push the minecart. So this will double as our pusher, and then it'll double as a piston that's actually going to start the timing of our track. So let's try that really quick. All right, perfect, that's timed correctly. But the problem with that is now the piston's over here, so if we send a minecart down this direction, it's just going to run into that piston, and it completely messes up. So we need a way for this piston then to be pulled back and used as one of the pushing blocks once again. So, actually I think I have an idea. So let's observe a change here before it reaches this piston because we don't want this to form an infinite loop here. And then we need to run a signal into that piston down there. Whoops. So let's try something like this. Let's give it as much delay as we can because it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to reset it. Alright, so I think that might actually work. So let's see if it gets retracted after the fact. Alright, so it's done. Alright, then the timer pulls it back. Perfect, so that's what I wanted. So let's see if this works now. Yeah, sick. So that's this direction designed. Unfortunately, I have to think about the going back direction now, which kind of sucks. So we'll see what I can come up with. Alright, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. It's actually super hard because there's the problem of powering these pistons here and getting this cart aligned onto this track right here. It needs to end up here, and then these need to simultaneously push. So that's kind of tricky. I think these are timed correctly right now. Yeah, that looks right. So if let's see where the cart ends up as we do this right, whoopsies, as we do this right here. Alright, so it ends up in this little gap right here. I want to get it onto that track. So for right now, let's stop these 2 pistons from firing. I think I'm going to try, maybe this piston will align it? I'm not really sure though. Alright, so now it looks like it's more or less aligned on that track. So if these pistons fire, it should actually work. Wait. As long as these have the right timings now. So if I click this button again, these should push it. Oh, wait. So now... Yes! Alright, so we have this direction. And we have this direction. Alright, now that actually very painful journey of designing these transitions is done, we're going to build this up in survival. The problem is going to be laying down these rails because I have to start with the correct direction here, and I'm probably gonna lose my mind if I've been doing this for like 15 minutes, and then I get to the end and I'm like, oh, it's the wrong direction. So I might actually have to do some math here. Um, but I'm pretty happy with how these circuits came out. They're pretty compact. I didn't want to look up any designs because I felt I wanted it to be more of a design challenge. So I'm pretty happy. They're pretty close together. These are right next to each other. I had to leave a 1 block gap here, otherwise we'd have to start doing stuff way above, which I didn't want either. So yeah. Alright, we're going to be taking a quick break from placing an absurd amount of rails down to take a look at a farm Withercake just built. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Eli. You're directly behind me. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Withercake's honey farm he just built, and bee farm in general. So, Withercake, show us around.
Yeah, hi guys. So basically, this is a farm I just built up in the Nether, so the bees will never sleep. And it is a fully functional honey and honeycomb farm. And there is 96 nests in this bee farm with a total of 3 bees in each one. And I think I have it laid out so there's 12 different modules with 8 nests in each. And
Yeah, the floor looks
basically,
great too. Wow.
yeah, the floor is just a honeycomb and honey design with a little tree in the middle of the bee's nest to signify the bee farm. And on the left side, we have the honey bottles, and on the right side, we have the honeycomb. And the system is really cool because if you want to go over to the right side here, if you put something inside this chest, it reads it and it can push it out across the entire system. So I'll demonstrate that
Yeah, let's see
now.
that.
The basic premise of the design is that it pushes it all the way across on the top and then
Yeah.
it reaches down and the slime push on the bottom pushes it back. So it creates kind of a circuit. And so whenever items are in the system, it will demonstrate that and it will deliver either shears or honey bottles to either side. And then as for the outside, I just designed it to be a bank with the roof showing both the main central hallway as well as the redstone on the top.
Yeah, it looks good. All right, the piston bolt is finally done in both directions. I think the only way to celebrate this is to hop on the piston bolt and take it for a quick spin. So let's do that. Ooh, hop in there. Whoa, that's so cool. Quite fast too. Ah! All right, transition. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode of OptiCraft, Redstone 101, or some tutorial. Thank you.